let's say 3 tips for a more sophisticated submissive, what would be these 3 tips?
Identify who you are as a submissive.
Okay. I think that's
There are,
important.
there are different kinds of submissives. I mean, there are like people who love being bratty, right?
Yeah.
People who like to, they call top from the bottom, like, fake fake your submissiveness,
Yeah.
that's a game. Are
Yeah.
you like an animal? Are you a puppy?
Yeah.
And I'm
Or
a
a
servant,
Dolly.
or a Dolly.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I happen to be submissive, erotically submissive, with a talent for
Yeah.
service. And
Oh.
service is my pleasure. I think it's why I run fantastic retreats. So the biggest tip is, who are you?
Yes.
Who are you as a submissive? And once you figure that out,
Yes.
again, forget permission
Yeah.
around your sexuality. You need support. So
Yes.
find community, find a teacher, find a mentor, find a program, read about. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
great books,
Yeah.
and there are great programs where you can try this out and understand it. And number 3 is, don't have anyone tie you up that you don't know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like,
Period.
like serious. I mean, do not do DS casually.
Yeah.
Dominance is
Another dominatrix told me the same thing. Is she's concerned that a lot of normies are just like playing with BDSM with like no care in the world, and that's no good.
no good. No good. Know your dominant. Get
Hmm.
references. Know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, ask around. And then, do you feel erotically attracted to this person? I
Mm.
mean, when I give of myself,
Hmm.
like, I know you've like done like these great talks. I watch you so much on like the best blowjobs or the best this.
Yeah.
You know what the best is? Wanting to give it more than anything. Like,
Yeah.
wanting the best blowjob is like you're dreaming about the smell of that man's cock. Like,
Yes.
you want your nose in there, you want it everywhere, and you want to be an advocate
Yeah.
for your person's pleasure. So DS, not DS,
Mm.
you know, I think the best lovers
Yeah.
are people who are advocates for their partner's pleasure. And
Oh,
so
that's so beautiful.
what that means to me, Tara, is when they say, I don't think I'm going to come, or your mouth must be getting tired, or
Uh-huh.
you can do something else. It's like, oh no, baby. I am here for you.
Wow.
And you like stay with that human. You just stay with that human
Wow.
until they can find what for them is
Yeah.
their pinnacle pleasure. And, I think we give up on each other. You
Mhm.
need to have erotic endurance.
Yeah, erotic endurance. I like that.
Yes.
You should totally
Mhm.
coin that term.
There, we coined it.
Yes. Okay, what is erotic endurance?
Well, having the stamina to stay with your partner's pleasure.
Mhm.
So for me, erotic endurance is I can give a blowjob for an hour.
Whoa. Oh
And
my
it's and
God.
it's not just sucking a cock.
Yeah.
There are the inner thighs. There's a belly. There's
Yeah.
a chest.
Whole art
You know,
of
there's
cock
a
sucking.
there's a whole there's a whole body there that and yes, obviously the cock. But and you have your hands and your mouth and all of you and your breasts, and if you have them. Um, and so, and do you find pleasure in that? So
Yeah.
for me, I find incredible, for the right person, incredible pleasure in
Yeah.
staying with my partner's pleasure
Mhm.
until they're exhausted.
Wow.
I mean,
Damn. You literally suck him dry. Yeah.
you know, and you talk about the art of submission. I mean, that's an art.
Yeah,
It's
it
also
it really is.
it's also like the art of sex. It's the art of pleasure. It's the
I
art of being
can't do more than
erotic.
15 minutes.
Well, use your hands too, darling.
That's
It's the
true. I
whole,
gotta
it's
mix it up and
it's
then
the whole, it's the
play
whole
with the whole thing, the thighs, the belly, the knees,
belly,
like the whole thing.
little
Okay.
bites everywhere.
I'm
You know,
curious. You were talking about, you said with the right person,
yeah,
I can go for an hour. Now, I'm curious to like what are some characteristics of a good dom?
presence.
Presence, like
I mean, and that's the same
domineering
thing.
presence?
Well, it's the same thing. Like, what's the most characteristic? What's the best characteristic of a great submissive? Presence. Great characteristic of a good dom? Presence.
Mm,
Attention. Attention. Creativity. Creativity. I
yeah.
mean, they really are mirrors, right? They're
Mhm,
just different sides of the polarity. But what I seek in a dom is what I actually give to a dom,
mhm.
which is my creativity, my attention, my resources. Like, when I say resources, like sharing my world,
Yeah.
sharing my world. I don't like to be in a closet. I want to be out and about.
Mhm.
So I want my dom to care about me
Yeah.
and to show me loving attention. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm getting 24/7 attention. Nobody can sustain that.
Right.
But maybe it's a text that says, "Good morning, I'm thinking about you."
I think there is a stereotype that a dom is mean to a sub. What do you say to that?
Sometimes they're mean.
But in a sexual way.
Well, there's emotional sadism
Yeah.
and physical sadism. I like them both together in one package. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
So I like a little bit of being kept on my toes.
I see.
I like a little a little mental anguish
Ah.
along with physical anguish. Um, that's different than, so it's really interesting, right? It needs to be intentional
Yeah.
and not just cruel to be cruel to me.
Right. Right.
It's got to be like with a reason.
I see.
And, there's got to be a purpose in the emotional, what I would call emotional correction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what I found in my relationships is that sometimes if we get like fighty,
Mm-hmm.
like we're doing that thing,
Yeah.
and they could do that thing in a DS relationship or a
Yeah.
regular relationship, but in DS, the at least in my agreement, my dom is allowed to offer correction,
Mm.
and I find it cathartic for them
Mm-hmm.
and for me. So
Wow.
if the correction is I'm going to get 3 swats of the paddle or something, or
Yeah.
it can be something,
Ooh.
it could be something that you don't even think about.
Yeah.
I did something once with this dom I was with, and I was definitely naughty. And we were going out for dinner, and we were in a different kind of a place, and he stopped by a pharmacy. He had the cab driver stop by a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? He said, "You just wait here." And I'm like, "Okay." And he pops in and he has tape. And
Oh.
he wrapped my 2 fingers like this in tape.
Oh.
2 fingers.
Okay.
I went to a really fancy restaurant,
What?
and I had these 2 fingers taped.
What?
And that was my punishment.
Oh my God,
I
that's
had to
so
try to.
interesting.
Thanks for listening. This was Love Bites by Dr. Tara. Follow Dr. Tara on social media at lovebites.co. Have an orgasmic day.